The great enemy managed to steal the key from out of our very grasp. Damn the Eldar and their arrogance. Had we not been delayed in reaching the key, we could have denied the ruinous powers their prize. We still have no idea what this key does. According to the Eldar Witch, Inquisitor Toth holds these answers. If this is true, then he has a good deal to explain. The least of which is not why he would withhold information that could allow us to better fight the forces of chaos. Could he be tainted? The thought is unimaginable. Even more concerning, we know now that we face more than mere chaos cults, but members of an actual traitor legion, the very Marines who turned against our Emperor some 10 millennia ago. Luckily, our scouts were able to track their sorcerer and his entourage back to their base of operations. It is located not far from our current position. I relish in the opportunity to bring death to these blasphemous traitors.
My lord, blood ravens approach from the south.
How did they get so close? My lord, these flies are minor annoyances. We have the key and ample bodies to imprison the blood ravens behind a wall of corpses, while we complete the ceremony. Your assurances leave me cold, Sindri. Events have proven my words true in every turn, my lord. We are not in danger. Events have proven you fortunate, sorcerer. To what do you owe this present bout of nauseous optimism? We have received a message, Lord Bale. We have a new ally who is more than ready to betray the Blood Ravens. Excellent. Prepare for what is to come, and dispose of this idiot.
Why? How have I failed?
You were stupid enough to personally deliver ill news to Lord Bale, and we cannot abide stupidity.
Brother Mateo, report.
The Chaos Forces have rent an impassable chasm through the center of the city and have taken up position in a temple. The battle is upon us, Captain.
We are arriving at your position momentarily. Hold the chasm. I will deal with the temple.
It will be done.
You are finished, Apothecary. Had the Emperor not intended I suffer, then I would feel no pain. What foul acts are these heathens involved in?
They are performing a ceremony to release the key from its bindings. We must stop them.
Yes. We will need to break down the mighty doors of that once glorious temple. It appears they have rent a chasm across the city, stopping us from reaching the other side. An outpost with machine cults located here gives us access to the vehicles we will surely require. Secure the outpost and stop that ceremony.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Sir Cypher here. Let's play Dawn of War, mission 8. So the nefarious forces of chaos have revealed themselves. Uh-oh. The nefarious forces of chaos have revealed themselves, even though my window was starting to freak out, and we have to, I guess, defeat them. Now, I thought it was interesting when he's like, if the Inquisitor had fallen to chaos, that's unimaginable, when it's like, yeah, I don't know, Inquisitors do that all the time. Also, the idea that this is somehow impassable to Space Marines, like, yeah, Space Marines are well known for their inability to, you know, move 10 feet. But anyway, that doesn't matter. We are going to capture all this stuff. We're not in any real hurry to go over there. We'll just let these guys fight it out. So yeah, Inquisitors fall to chaos all the time because, or to whatever they're facing, because, you know, they're all neck deep in it and they basically have no supervision. And they're allowed to handle stuff and have powers over things that no one else does. And so it's very tempting to, you know, dip their fingers into the cookie jar. So we're gonna just build up our economy a little first. We have to take out a chaos base, and then we have to take a chapel. But there really aren't. This mission is much simpler than the last one. The level of Eldar in the last mission is like, you know, they felt more like orcs or something. There's just so many of them. For a dying race, they didn't. Well, I mean, a lot of them were dying. We were turning them into a dying race, but anyway. So yeah, if anybody doesn't know anything about 40k, chaos is not necessarily evil, but it's chaotic. It's all the primal emotions, sort of twisted and corrupted. And long ago, when the Space Marines were first created, roughly half of them turned to chaos, and since then they've been hiding in the warp, which is, you know, this wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey place, and time doesn't pass normally, and so, you know, they're up to shenanigans in there. Okay, so we'll just kill these guys. Chaos Raptors are basically the chaos equivalent of Assault Marines. They're basically, I mean, they're fairly similar. The only thing is I don't think they have melt-a-bombs, which means they don't have that kind of tank-busting capability that regular Marines have. Okay, so let's not waste any time here and get the armory upgrade. And then let's start getting upgrades for my Space Marines here. Okay, more Chaos Raptors. Uh-oh. Leave my poor Assault Marines alone. Also my Apothecary. So I guess we'll see if my Force Commander is enough to kill these guys by himself. My Force Commander unfortunately gets placed into a lot of bad situations. He has to fight Avatars of Khorne all by himself. He has to fight dozens of Chaos Raptors. Whatever. He'll be okay. Okay. Looks like these guys are almost all dead now. So we'll cap that. We'll keep the Apothecary here to give everybody a little healing. And then we'll keep on moving forward with our plans. So we want that, so we get more manpower requisition. Okay. Holy moly. So many Chaos Raptors. So yeah, at this point in time, Chaos Space Marines, they can't really make more of them, besides some very sort of specific ways, because when they turn to Chaos, it kind of screwed up their stuff, and if you try and make new Space Marines out of it, it won't work, because it sort of has been corrupted. You could almost think of it like radiation or something. And so because of that, it's, you know, most of these Space Marines are thousands and thousands of years old, compared to regular Space Marines, which might only be like 50 or 100 years old. Though given all that, they're not really any better in combat than a regular Space Marine, so all that experience isn't really helping them much. And yeah, even though you can't make more of them, again, besides some specific ways that if you know too much about 40k, you know what I'm talking about,
Yes, Lord.
then
As you wish.
the only way there becomes more of them is because time and space and everything in the warp isn't really logical. And so, you know, Chaos Space Marines can go in and come out, and the same unit of Chaos Space Marine can come in and out of the warp 50 times, and parallel timelines, and I don't know, whatever shenanigan explanation you want to give for it from week to week. Okay, so we're gonna build more power buildings. I think we can only have 6 for every command structure, and then we'll move on here. We'll take all these points. And again, even though technically we have to take this before they take our base in the south here, as far as I know, they'll never succeed. So we're not in any big hurry. It's just probably easier to build up our economy first and then move over.
What is your order?
Okay, so
Yes, most beneficent one.
yeah, just building more power. Getting things set up here.
Yes, most beneficent one. Build routine 721 initiated.
Okay,
We stand ready. We are the Emperor's
so we'll get the relic spot here. Fortunately, we're too far away for these guys to attack us, for the most part.
He who stands with me shall be my
So
brother.
we'll just cruise around over here. Where did my apothecary go? Oh no! Oh no, they got my apothecary. Oh well.
Yes, Lord.
Okay. So yeah, in the lore, it's very rare in modern times for entire like groups of Space Marines, especially Alpha Legion, to fight like this. They usually work behind the scenes, or little bits and bobs of them are up to shenanigans outside of like big events like a Black Crusade or something.
Yes, Lord.
Okay.
Yes, Lord.
We're getting pretty close to having everything we need.
Yes, most beneficent one.
So let's build the machine cult, and then we'll build the
I await your instructions.
relic building thing.
I will do as you ask. We are the Emperor's
Okay.
chosen.
I don't think there. Oh, there's one last point down here.
Heresy grows from my attacking.
Uh-oh.
Commencing attack.
He who stands
I smell some heresy.
Direct us to the enemy.
So Chaos Cultists are their basic unit that they build from their command building. They're equivalent to Space Marine Scouts. Yeah, they're not very good. They only sort of become interesting in the later games when you have things like Tau, who are really bad at melee. So like even the better Tau units, you can chase around with with Chaos Space Marine Cultists. But unfortunately, in this they're just not very good because every unit is better than them in shooting and in melee essentially. So
There is no such thing as
they
innocence,
they can't accomplish much.
My faith is my shield.
But I guess that's the point. They're dirty cultists. They shouldn't be accomplishing much.
Here to serve.
Okay, we'll get the sacred artifact. We'll just put it there so it's out of the way.
Position secure.
Okay.
Here to serve. With all due haste.
Stand ready.
So yeah, they're not gonna come over here and mess with us. Like unlike the, I feel like that Eldar mission is really the high point for the enemy being annoying.
Marine squad deployed. We are the Emperor's
They never
chosen.
quite reach that level
Yes,
of
my lord.
annoyingness again. Okay, so the goal is basically now that we have a relic, we can upgrade to Fortress Monastery.
Deployed.
Then we can build an orbital relay, and then we can just drop our guys in drop pods across the
Military ready.
road here. We also want to get the Melt-A-Bomb upgrade.
How can I serve?
I await your instructions.
Okay.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's orders. Marine squad deployed. What is your order? Direct us to the enemy.
So we're just gonna put a pocket theories on all these guys.
How can I serve?
You saw how well putting a pocket theories with Terminators works out, so we're not gonna really bother with that. The Terminator squads just take too much damage
The battlefield
and basically get instantly slaughtered. So
The battlefield awaits.
we're gonna just put them in tactical squads.
The fallen shall be forever
Nice, friendly
remembered as
tactical
the Emperor's
squads.
my lord. Cleanse,
Okay, where's my Melt-A-Bombs? Okay, Melt-A-Bomb's almost done. So we'll just jump across. Oh crap, Possessed. Uh-oh.
My faith is my shield.
So Possessed are like Demon Space Marines, and they're really good in close combat. And they're probably gonna kill my Assault Marines. Because they have armor piercing. Well, as you can see, they're Space Marines who've gotten a little bit... you can think of them as having overdosed on chaos. And so they turn into demons and stuff.
Yes.
Okay, let's get the orbital relay.
With all due haste.
the battlefield awaits.
Let's get some combination of heavy bolters and
The fallen
missiles.
shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Praise the Emperor.
No such thing as innocence.
Okay, let's get rid of this so it's not... Let's chuck some Melt-A-Bombs at it. Oh, I was hoping that would kill it. Well, they managed to kill all the Possessed, which is good. And now we'll just smash this thing down with our chain swords. While we get the rest of the upgrades. Okay, so we've basically got all this,
I await
all
your
the upgrades we need.
Yes, Lord.
Got the relic. So now it's time to start actually
Most beneficent one.
completing this mission.
Lord.
Now that the economy's taken care of.
Faith is our shield.
So So we'll throw all these guys. Oh, well, as soon as it's done, we'll throw all these guys in the orbital relay. So yeah, you can put regular Space Marine squads in the orbital relay and then drop them back out again. It's one of the best things about the Space Marine faction in multiplayer. The fact that you can constantly be putting stuff into the orbital relay and dropping it back out again. And so the enemy has no idea where it's going to drop, and all you need is vision. So, you know, if the enemy's out of the base, you can just drop a bunch of guys with heavy weapons in there and blow everything up. So yeah, basically tactical squads, Terminators, and or tactical squads, Terminators, and Dreadnoughts. We can even put our commanders in here so they can hop out. And let's see. We'll build some Terminators. And I think we're good to go. Okay, so we're just gonna advance.
They are finished. Death or healing. I
Yes,
care not
Lord.
which you see.
Everybody get in the
How can I serve? Taking damage.
relay. Okay, so
Enemies of the Emperor
we'll work our way down to our base over here. I guess we could drop some. There's nothing stopping us from dropping a few Hellfire Dreadnoughts there to hold the fort for us while we're waiting.
Here to serve. Yes, Lord.
Okay, you get in there. Again, we're just using this stuff to deal with the gap. Now our Assault Marines are kind of getting murdered, but that's okay because we're not planning to use the Assault Marines much longer. We want to get Terminators instead. One annoying thing though when you give tactical squads heavy weapons is they'll stop at within range of their missile launchers and then they won't shoot anything else, including their heavy bolters and their pistols and everything else. Okay, so it looks like we're almost getting overrun here, so we'll just drop some. Some dreadnoughts there to help out.
Initializing build protocol.
And we'll get some
The
Terminators.
outpost is secure, Captain. The doors to this temple were designed to stop all but the most violent impacts. To bring them down, we will need the power of Hellfires and Predators.
So annoyingly, it automatically teleports our heroes to that base as soon as we place a unit there, even if we don't really want them to do that.
We have been blessed by the power of the Land Raiders.
But that's fine.
Seek the privilege of their service at the Machine Cult.
So we'll drop these Terminators here.
I stand ready.
And then we want to actually get rid of these Assault Marines because we don't need them anymore. And then we also want to get rid of probably one of these
Your instructions.
servitors. Don't feel bad for the servitors. They're just
Yes, Lord.
mindless abominations of flesh and cybernetics. One of the more, well, I guess everything in 40k is grimdark, but one of the more depressing things is, in 40k, technology is, AI is outlawed because even before the Imperium of Man, there was this time called the Dark Age of Technology, and one of the things that almost ended it before Chaos did, was basically humanity was messing around too much with AIs, and they rebelled. They're called the Men of Iron.
Venerate the immortal Emperor.
And after that, They're like, no more AIs. So when they need things like robots, there's like sort of very simple stuff, but you basically take a human and you lobotomize them, and you use their brain as a computer, which is all very suitably dark and grim. I guess we'll get another Assault Terminator squad.
Even in death, I still serve.
Okay.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and
I
unguarded.
await your instructions.
So we'll finish all this stuff off. We'll build a Land Raider because they're pretty good. The smoke launchers. And then other than that, I'm going to just mass... I guess I'm just going to mass Hellfire Dreadnoughts. We'll get a couple of these. And then we'll get maybe like 3 Whirlwinds.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Okay. Alright, I think we're all pretty situated now.
Terminators ready.
We've got 2 squads of Assault Terminators. Though again,
I stand ready.
I can't really put an Apothecary with them because the Apothecary moves faster. So he'll run out in front of the squad and get murdered.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Alright, so let's just start clearing this area out.
On
Oh,
alert, brothers. The
get
enemy
with
must be
those
nearby.
get with those Assault Marines, or get with those ones. I'm not picky.
Even in death, I still serve.
Okay, we've got 2 Hellfire Dreadnoughts.
Identifying targets.
Alright.
Yes, most beneficent.
But yeah, one of the more grimdark things is the servitors because they leave it very ambiguous, like how much awareness they have. And some implications are like, oh yeah, it's like literally just like a robot in the shape of a person. Like, you know, there's no intelligence left, but other ones are like, they're just like this mind trapped in this body that's controlled by machines, and they're just aware of everything even though they have no control over it, which is all pretty grimdark. Okay, so we're just going through here, clearing stuff out,
Venerate the immortal emperor.
just getting rid of all these guys and just putting stuff on the strategic points just so we don't have to worry about it later.
One, here to serve.
So we'll follow behind. Okay. Sorry if anybody hears that. My cat is meowing through the door because he wants to be part of this. But no, you can't, Arterius. You can wait 5 minutes or however long this is going to take. Alright, so we're going to just go through here and clear this out. Just continue building
Your instructions.
upgraded listening posts, because why not?
Yes, sir.
Your will.
Alright, so we'll go capture that.
For the glory of
Assault
the Emperor.
Terminators do a lot of damage, even though they don't move very quickly.
The battlefield awaits. No servant of the Emperor shall fall behind you. Direct me to the injured.
Okay, so everybody's doing their job there.
To serve.
Getting rid of all these blasphemous icons of chaos.
Yes, Lord.
Make sure we have all these upgrades. Cool. Okay.
Mission, I am ready to serve. Again.
Okay, so we're gonna just keep on keeping on. If anyone wants to
Yes, most beneficent one.
mess with our listening posts, they're gonna have to kill our upgraded listening posts.
I await your instructions.
How can I serve?
Okay. Now the reason I have the whirlwinds is because I'm gonna have to do some artillery action here. Crap. Let me just kill one of these dreadnoughts. Sorry, ancient revered one. I needed that pop. Imagine being a dreadnought and it's like, why have you awoken me? And you just blow them up because you need the population.
Under fire.
Yes, Lord.
I'm pretty sure that would be considered not very cash money of you.
Venerate the immortal Emperor.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Okay, so we have the big infantry squad.
Only degrees of
Command me. At last, back to war. The enemy is attacking targets. How can I serve?
So yeah, land raiders are
Forever remembered as the
are also transports, but there's no real reason to use them as transports for the most part. Transports in this game just aren't very useful for the most part.
enemies of the Emperor still draw breath.
It's better to use in this game as just a really heavily armed thing that's difficult to kill, especially if it keeps the enemy from shooting like explosive stuff at your units and knocking them all over the place. Okay, so that's secure. So we're just gonna have an endless stream of dreadnoughts in the orbital relay to drop on the enemy.
Position secure.
Okay, so we're gonna head south here. Although we'll take a moment to capture that.
Fear not the Psyker.
They are
I am ready
finished.
to serve. Again. Even in death I still serve.
We'll continue down here. There's an enemy base over here that we're gonna have to destroy. And so, oopsies. No, you capture that.
Yes, most beneficent one.
So we'll just do that before taking out the chapel doors because it's just nice to not have things behind us to worry about.
What are your needs? They are finished.
Faith is eternal.
Okay.
Space Marines, advance!
So there's the chapel doors. I guess there's some mines here, but whatever. It's not going to stop Terminators. Not, this doesn't look like we need to destroy the doors. There's clearly some other entrances into this temple, but whatever, it's 40k. Everything has to be like that.
Command me.
Men, we must withdraw.
Where's my land raider? Oh, it's down here.
The battlefield awaits.
Praise the Emperor.
Mission accomplished.
So we'll drop an orbital bombardment on these guys.
I stand ready.
Command me. I have waited long for this day.
Okay. It's annoying of them.
Knowledge is power.
Uh-oh. No, back up. Run away, assault terminators. Fortunately, though, let's just drop some. We'll drop some dreadnoughts on them.
I am the instrument of his will.
And the dreadnought should distract them a bit. Nothing quite so distracting as a bunch of assault terminators dropping on you. We just have to make sure we have our queue full of Fortunately, they don't seem to have many anti-tank weapons, so my dreadnoughts are doing a good job soaking up that fire.
Beneficent one. I will
Unlike that Eldar mission where they would just spam bright lances. Okay, and I know I have another. Oh, there we go.
Yes, most beneficent one. Build routine 721 initiated.
Okay, no. Don't blow up that. We don't want this to blow up yet. Leave the gate alone. We've got secondary objectives to accomplish here. Okay, so let's blow up that. You can see one of the things that Assault Terminators do is if they can get a unit into combat with their hammers, they stun it, and then it can't shoot. So, while they might not seem that great some of the time, if they can actually get into combat with something, even like something crazy like a Demon Prince or like some big like orc monster, they can pretty easily take the thing out. Okay, so why don't you guys take that? You guys take that. We'll go down here. One thing that's weird about this game is units have a habit of like rebelling from their quick slot. I'm not sure quite why that is, but sometimes a unit will just lose its quick slot, like its quick select number. But whatever.
Venerate the immortal emperor.
Faith is eternal.
Okay.
Okay.
What are you guys doing to my poor Terminators?
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath at your disposal.
Okay. Well, we'll move up here. We'll finish building these listening posts. We'll make sure my land raider is repaired because we're going to need it.
I await your instructions.
We'll finish building
Yes, Lord.
all this crap.
With all due haste.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Okay, so we're going to back off a little bit because the enemy has all sorts of shenanigans here, which I will now demonstrate using a servo skull.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Okay. Fortunate that we have a big squad of land raiders ready. So if we take our servo skull and we go over here. How far can I need to move forward a little bit more. Huh?
Taking damage.
We want to bombard there. You can see the enemy has a few minor defenses here, through which they will attempt to slow us down. So yeah, we're gonna just blow up these heavy bolter turrets with a little small minor barrage.
Here to serve. Here to serve.
And then we're gonna roll in with our land raider. Yeah, we can use the servo skulls to scout because they can stealth. I guess if you were better at this game than I am, you would be using scouts. But scouts aren't any fun.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Why use scouts when you can use little tiny skulls?
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Okay, so these are almost all dead. Oh no, my servo skull. Okay, well, I guess we'll just advance now. Everything's all healed up. We're ready to go.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Taking damage.
Alright, so let's start this off with a bang. So yeah, these dreadnoughts slow them down a little bit. I kind of need to get these guys deeper inside.
I have awoken. Deep striking.
Otherwise, they're gonna all get all caught up on each other. Which we definitely don't want. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Let's just use all the abilities. And we'll just keep dropping dreadnoughts in, because they're obviously very distracting. Although we have all these random ass squads here that are all caught up on terrain. Might need to move these guys back because they are getting destroyed utterly and completely. But I guess they don't want to leave, so I guess they won't leave. You can do it, Assault Terminators. I believe in you. Okay, even like Gabriel's about to die. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna just keep dropping Hellfire Dreadnoughts down and just kind of clean this mess up. Again, my Assault Terminators are just getting destroyed, but that's what they're there for, you know? They're there to get killed, so that my other units may live. Partially, they're also just getting killed by my own, whirlwinds shooting them in the back, but that's okay. Okay, well, we've pretty much cleared out the enemy, so we'll just finish this off, blow up these buildings. Make sure my orbital relay is all topped off. And take out these chaos scum. Let's take out this. Let's take out this listening post. Alright, so we'll capture this.
Fear not the Psycho.
Yes, most beneficent one. Build routine
Today the enemy shall know fear.
initiated.
Yes.
Oh.
We seek the enemy. At last, back to war.
Yeah, I really feel. Yeah, we really need to take out that gate. There's no other way we could get get inside this cathedral. That's okay, you know. I'll cut them some slack. I will cut them a small amount of slack.
Area secure. They do not have
Okay, there we go.
I follow your command.
Chaos Taint officially cleansed. And then we'll head back here while my
Direct me to the injured.
we'll head over there while the rest of my
The Emperor.
There is no such thing as
Today
innocence.
the enemy shall know
Only
fear.
degrees of guilt.
while the rest of my guys
On
build
alert,
listening
brother.
posts.
The enemy must be nearby.
Oh, I didn't cap that one.
Battlefield
Guess
awaits.
that's okay. I'll cap it now.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Okay. It's gonna take a little while for everybody to tromp over there.
Praise the Emperor.
How can I serve?
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
You know, surprisingly, both my heroes actually live for once. And all of my apothecaries.
My will is undone.
I am ready to serve. Again.
So we'll get everybody else out here.
No sir. The Emperor shall fall if I
Yes, most beneficent one.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath.
There we go.
Peace.
Doors down. Now let's stomp in here with our Terminators.
With haste, stop them before they can finish.
Oh, I never
Sir,
got the stupid
Imperial Guard have
personal.
Victory is ours. Wait, why did they not attack? What betrayal is this?
Oh no!
Space Marines,
most
cleanse these
beneficent one.
heretics.
The Imperial Guard have betrayed us? Well, I guess they're not really the Imperial Guard. They're more of the Planetary Defense Force.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Meanwhile, Terminator Squad gonna take care of business here.
We seek the enemy. Cease and repent.
Okay, well, you know what? If they were gonna betray the Space Marines, they needed to send a few more Imperial Guard than that.
Way.
Oh no, where'd the glowy sword go? Where is it? Where's the glowy sword?
Inquisitor Toth has arrived at your request.
And what do our scouts say?
The guard's distraction was a success. The Chaos Lord and his host escaped. We are, however, tracking their movements and questioning some of the traitor guard that we captured.
How could I not have seen this? How is it I am blind when it matters the most?
Are you referring to these traitorous guardsmen or the destruction of your homeworld, Cyrene?
I should have seen the rot before it spread. Instead, I was blind for far too long. I put my own world to the torch. I killed with the Inquisition's eager sanction and watched too many innocents die in a holy firestorm. And yet, here I am again at yet another doorstep, with the executioner's blade in my very hand.
Blessed is the mind too small for doubt, Gabriel. Perhaps there is truth in there for the both of us.
I still believe, old friend. I believe in the sovereign might of the Golden Throne, and in the purity of the Imperium.
But you have lost faith in yourself.
Only in what I see, Isidore. Only in what I see.
And what is it that you see, Captain?
I see conspirators and liars more concerned with their own agenda than the will of the Emperor.
I am not so easily cowed by such displays, Captain.
You lied to me and cost me men.
Better they die, their blood pure. If you feel warranted in handing out recriminations, then their deaths are on your head. I warned you to leave this world, to leave Tartarus for the Warp Storm.
Your words still ring untrue, Inquisitor. I know you were here before we arrived,
I am not in the habit of explaining my actions, Captain. But yes, I was here before you arrived, stalking after horrors to strip my knights of their dreams.
The same horrors that the legions of chaos seek.
On Tartarus, there are no coincidences, Captain. There is only the storm that winnows the faithful from the heretic.
Are we faithful men, Toth? Good servants of the Emperor? It is time for us to put aside our differences. What do they seek, Toth? What do you seek here?
This world is cursed, Captain. Thousands of years ago, an artifact of ancient evil power was lost here. The forces of chaos seek this artifact. They've sought it for centuries, but have never held all the pieces of the puzzle.
And now they do.
An Imperial excavation team uncovered the first marker, and word somehow got to the enemy. With the knowledge of the exact planet and the first marker, it was a simple matter to uncover the remainder. Now they have the last piece necessary, a key to unearth the artifact itself.
What is this artifact?
A stone called the Maledictum. It contains a creature of great evil, a creature of chaos itself. The stone imprisons a demon, one of untold power.
How is it possible that the citizens of Tartarus did not know this? These artifacts lay buried beneath their own cities.
From what I surmise, the demon within the Maledictum may be imprisoned, but it is not powerless. It can still influence people with visions and madness. The ancient text in the Registratum Malpheus speaks of a warp storm that visited this system at an age when many Space Marine chapters were still young. The storm drove the inhabitants of this planet insane. Under the demon's influence, they hit the markers and buried the Maledictum to protect it against hunters like myself. When colonists returned to this world, they remained ignorant of the perils. They built over the dark places, never knowing what lay beneath.
And the Eldar, did they seek this power for themselves?
No, it was they who imprisoned the demon in the first place. The Eldar fiercely safeguard knowledge of the stone against all others, going so far as to interfere in our efforts to find it. As Chaos's most ancient enemy, they see themselves as the only capable defense against its influence. And we have paid for their arrogance.
I assume there is still time to avert disaster.
This is already a disaster. The power of the Maledictum is enough to turn the faithful and drive men mad. Many of the Imperial Guard and local population have already turned, as you've seen. It's affecting you, and your men as well. I can feel it. It is calling the warp storm to eclipse this system. It wants to trap us here, with it, so it can force even the best of us to serve its twisted will. This is why I encouraged you to leave. Why I still encourage it.
You know I cannot do that. I will not shrink away in the face of evil.
I would do no less. Enough. Let us end this bickering and face our enemy united. Together, we have a better chance of finding and destroying the Maledictum.
They are weak, terrified of the power that you alone are strong enough to control. It is yours. Yours for the taking. But they mean to destroy it, those small-minded fools. Think of the good you could do in the name of the Emperor. Think of the power you could wield. It is all yours for the taking. The Maledictum is mine.
Isidore, no! Don't do it, Isidore! Well, anyway, that was mission 8? that was mission 8. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.